reason to read? Many of you might not think such. Sir Franklin's time, which was really, really long time ago, women didn't receive the education men were introduced to. Not only were they limited educationally, but they were also limited politically, not having the right to vote, subjected to unequal working conditions such as unequal wages, and they also had no personal freedoms such as speaking publicly without being criticized or owning their own property. Received the rights and privileges that they have today. The first big push was at Seneca Falls in July of 1848. The idea occurred to feminist leaders Elizabeth Stanton and Lucretia Mott at an anti-slavery convention. While fighting for the rights of African Americans, they realized at the same time that they also did not have rights. Let's see how these events unfolded.
At this time in the 1800s, only white males could attend school. Girls were expected to stay home and help their mothers take care of the house.
We're gonna be late for school.
School? Isn't that just a fancy way of saying wasting my life?
Well, Mom, why can't I go to school?
Honey, girls can't go to school.
But why can't they go to school?
We're allowed to vote and voice their opinion. Women did not have this privilege until the 1920s with the 19th Amendment.
I think I'm definitely going to vote for Clay.
I wish girls could vote. I would totally vote for Polk.
Yeah, I wish we had a voice or an opinion or anything.
Well, it doesn't matter because you can't vote.
See in this next scene, men and women who did the same job did not get paid equally. Men were always paid more. This would be changed in 1963 when JFK passed his Equal Pay Act as part of his New Frontier program. So let's take a look.
I need you to clean this garage. It's getting really messy.
Really good. Here's your money, $25. Here's your money, $100.
Why am I getting paid less than her?
Because you're a girl.
Will show how women were not able to enlist at the beginning of World War I. Most women could be nurses, but this changed towards the end of the war when they could actually enlist.
I'm going to enlist for the U.S. Army.
I wish I could enlist in the war too.
You can be a nurse, but that's not really what we want, though. Well, you can join the war. You can leave.
But we could be pilots or something.
Well, that doesn't matter.
We'll see. Two girls are wanting to have a job but are limited on what they actually can do because they are not allowed to pursue certain careers. They are seen as incapable of doing such jobs.
I hate grading papers.
I hate grading papers too. I wish I could be a banker.
It's better than this job. It would be.
So much laundry to do yesterday, and my husband didn't help at all. He said it was all a woman's work.
Speaking of work, look at this job sign. We could get jobs, you know?
I want to be a lawyer.
But you can't because you're a woman. That's your husband's job.
Well, that's dumb. I want to be a lawyer now.
As you will see, the wife will stay at home with the kids to make dinner for when her husband will return from work. The little girls would also be told to stay home and help their mothers.
Can I go to my friend's house, Mom?
No, I want to go to my friend's house. Can I go?
You can go, son, but you can't. You have to help stay here and cook.
Why can't I go, Mom?
Because you're a girl, and you have to help me cook dinner for when Dad comes home from work.
As you will see, a woman tries to pick up her paycheck, but only the husband could get it because women could not keep their wages.
I'm here to pick up my first paycheck.
Okay, let me go check. I don't think I have anything for you.
I worked 20 hours at the school today. I should be getting a paycheck.
Well, your husband has to come pick it up then.
Well, why can't I pick it up?
Because you're a girl and you can't keep your own wages.
As you will see in the upcoming scene, a contractor is selling a house to a married couple and the woman wants to sign it. The woman cannot sign contracts, so her husband took
What we
it.
need is a signature and the house is yours.
Okay.
No, your husband has to sign it.
Okay. As you'll see in the next scene, a woman goes up to a property owner to try and purchase land for her and her kids. However, women were not allowed to own property, so she could not buy any land.
I saw that sign that said land for sale. I just recently lost my husband, but I still have my kids and we have nowhere to go.
I'm sorry, but only men can own my land. You're a woman, so I can't give you the land.
Okay.
Ohio weather is so bipolar. It's either too hot, too cold, it's never the right temperature.
The newspaper came. It's one thing to look forward to.
Seneca County Courier on July 14th read, "A convention to discuss the social, civil, and religious condition and rights of women will be held in the Wesleyan Chapel at Seneca Falls, New York, on Wednesday and Thursday, the 19th and 20th of July, current, commencing at 10 o'clock a.m. During the first day, the meeting will be exclusively for women who are earnestly invited to attend. The public generally are invited to be present on the second day, when Lucretia Mott of Philadelphia and other ladies and gentlemen will address the convention." The idea for the convention occurred in London in 1840 when Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott were attending a meeting of the World Anti-Slavery Society, were denied the opportunity to speak from the floor or to be seated as delegates.
Hold Seneca Falls if we can't hold meetings.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we can break into here.
Let's try it.
Hello, my fellow feminine friend. I'm Lucretia Mott.
Hello, woman.
Take this pamphlet. Welcome to Seneca Falls.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Stanton. Welcome to Seneca Falls.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, I think we're ready to get started.
We are glad you all came to this meeting today. We will be starting off with a declaration of sentiments and a list of grievances written by Elizabeth, our good friend, and Mary Ann McClintock will be our secretary to take notes.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. This history of mankind is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations on the part of man toward woman, having an indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over her. For example, he has never permitted her to exercise her inalienable rights to the elective franchise. He has taken from her all right and property, even to the wages she earns, and he has compelled her to submit laws in the formation on which she has no voice.
The first resolution is that such laws as conflict in any way with the true and substantial happiness of a woman are contrary to the great concept of nature. The second resolution is that all laws which prevent a woman from occupying such a station in society as her conscience shall dictate are contrary to the great concept of
The
nature.
third resolution is that woman is man's equal, was intended to be so by the Creator, and the highest good of the race demands that she should be recognized as such. Fourth one is that the women of this country ought to be enlightened in regard to the laws under which they live.
The fifth resolution is it is preeminently his duty to encourage her to speak and teach as she has an opportunity in all religious assemblies. The sixth resolution is that the same amount of virtue, delicacy, and refinement of behavior that is required of women in the social state should also be required of man.
The seventh resolution is the object of delicacy and impropriety which is so often brought against women when she addresses a public audience, cover with a very ill grace from those who encourage. The eighth resolution is that women has too long rested satisfied in this circumstance. Limits to corrupt customs and preventive application of scripture have marked out for her.
The ninth resolution is that it's the duty of women of their country to secure themselves their sacred right to the elective franchise. The 10th resolution is that the equality of human rights results necessarily from the fact of identity of the race and capabilities and responsibilities. The 11th resolution is that being invested by the Creator with the same capabilities and the same consciousness of responsibility for their exercise, it is demonstrably the right and duty of women, equally with man, to promote every righteous cause. The 12th resolution is that the speedy success of our cause depends upon the zealous and untiring efforts of both men and women.
Oh my god.
Is that inside the church?
Okay, everybody, we're gonna get started with the Declaration of...
I think I swallowed that bug.
Kelly, stop laughing.
I need to divorce my husband. He doesn't.
Probably maybe.
I literally can't breathe through this thing.
Stop right there.